What up, though? Welcome back to the channel. I am Jay. This is Jay's Life Out Loud, a channel about nothing, but it's about something. I hope all are well out there, whoever's listening. For my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. To the ones that's been around since day one, what up, though? Thank y'all for sticking it in with me. I shouldn't, no Diddy. I'm just gonna say no Diddy. Anyway, what's on my mind today? It's kind of scattered, a little bit of everything. First thing I would say is never argue with a liar, because no matter how much you argue with a liar is still going to be a liar. A wise man once said, if you argue with a fool and somebody goes by, they're not going to know which one of y'all is the fool. So even if you are the nicest person in the world, one of the most honest people in the world, you give anybody the shirt off your back, you're a loving person. When you argue with a fool, a liar, or the devil, or a manipulator, or somebody that, that's narcissistic, you're going to end up losing every time. It's either you're going to lose or you're going to exhaust so much energy and time that it's going to drain you, because that's not like you. It's not what you want to do. But those certain people that you get into it, that's the fools, the manipulators, the bipolar people. Those people, man, they love it. They eat it up. And then they play victim. So you can never win. You might as well let them be. Another thing that I was thinking about during the week, because I've been wanting to post a video every day, but it's like a lot of times I don't really have nothing to talk about, or I'm not in the mood. Y'all, I'm a Pisces, so I go just like that fish swim. I go through the same thing, moves me up and down and here and there and back there and up here. So sometimes it really just don't feel like posting. It is what it is. But for the algorithm and for to be able to bring you content and the numbers and all that, you want to try to post every day. But I haven't gotten to that point. But another thing that's on my mind is social media. You watch so much stuff on social media that a lot of us don't even read or really go investigate what we see and what we hear on social media. I remember there was an article going around about a guy, a black man, his son was killed by an officer. No, I don't even know what no officer. It was just a regular person that killed his son. No, I want to say the story went that it was an officer. So, and the story that was told was that the black man retaliated by waiting to prom day of the officer's daughter and went and killed the daughter. And I thought that this story at the time, I didn't do my investigation to see if it was true or if it was just some BS on social media. And I sent it to Go Black to Africa. And he promptly sent a response like, this short story is not true. You need to check your facts before you share information. And at the time, I was kind of irritated, like, man, this guy cocky as hell. But it's the truth. You have to check your facts before you go ahead. And not only that, social media is also, when it comes to black people, if you ever notice, if you go on your feed, it begins to cater to what you watch, what you like, or what you spend time watching. So you can take somebody that's Mexican, somebody that's black, and somebody that's white, and give them, everybody switch their phones and just go up the timeline. Don't like nothing, just go through the videos. There will be videos that each one of them will never see because it doesn't come up on your timeline, because your algorithm has not only became accustomed to you and what you watch, but also I truly believe that there is content that they have for black folks and content that they have for white folks in the agenda style, where there is an agenda for you to see these certain things. Another thing that I saw the other day was a lady was reading a piece of the Willie Lynch book, and I screenshotted it, and she was just reading a part. I gotta find it for y'all. She was reading a part of it, and she was just, explaining how for y'all that don't know, Willie Lynch was supposedly a slave expert. When people were having problems with their slaves, they would call Willie Lynch, and they say that's where the word lynching came from. And he also wrote a book, and and the book was saying it says, don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use the dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have your white servants and overseers distrust all blacks, but it is necessary your slaves trust and depend on us. The most love, respect, and trust only us. Or it says the most love, respect, and trust only us. And these were some of the keys that he was telling others to use when to keep their slaves in line. I had some more things that I had down that I was going to add in, but the point of it is the internet is doing exactly that. The social media, you see social media, they do the pop the balloon, the ignorant stuff that go on there. They have all these different platforms to talk about, why black women don't need black men, and black men don't need black women, and black men dog out black women. And I've even seen white people get in on it, talking about, oh, black women are the most disrespected, blah, 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 all this other buffoonery. Then you go for the young versus the old. You're getting into that when they start using the words YN, young, y'all know what I'm saying. And to me, black people are using the word YNs. These YNs, man, they crazy. This YN. Then you go into the light skin, dark skin. We've always known about the light skin, dark skin, and what they do. The light skin was the house in, and the dark skin was out in the fields. We know how a lot of the light skins, people are considered a certain, safer when it comes to white people. I've witnessed it myself, being dark skinned. My mother and sister are dark skinned, and they still say to this day, I hate for a man to say you are pretty to be dark skinned, or as if dark skin is something that's ugly. But in these three instances, social media pushes it. Now, I don't see this so much the light skin, dark skin, but as far as separating the ages and separating black women and men, this is something that is an agenda and has always been the agenda. I had put some stuff in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT was basically telling me like, oh, it's Willie Lynch is really not real. You should say whatever in whatever your presentation that you're doing to alert people. We don't know if it's really real. ChatGPT sounded so like a racist white man. It didn't make no sense. I deleted the app after that. I just got tired of certain things that I would go on there to use, and I could tell it was coming from a white perspective, and I had to say to myself, well, you already know a white person invented it, so it is what it is. But we have to stop falling for this narrative that black women don't need a black man and black men don't need a black woman. We need each other. We need the young, we need the old, we all need each other. I don't care if you're light skinned, dark skinned, midnight, high yellow, whatever it is, we need each other. And then when I look over to, I was telling a Mexican guy at the gym, we always talk in the morning, and I was saying like Cinco de Mayo, one of the Mexican countries, when they were fighting, I think the British or something like that, British or French, something like that, they needed help, and blacks helped them fight, and they won the war, even though they had less numbers. And I was just telling him that even black and brown people should see who the enemy is here in the United States, who targets us here in the United States. We should be the closest friends as any race. This is my opinion. The black and brown people. So it's all to me, it's all a conspiracy to keep everybody separate, definitely with the stuff that's going on social media. I definitely want to address it's 7:58. I gotta be in here. This is just some of the stuff that's on my mind. Rambling, just thinking out loud. Get ready to go on this job. I pray y'all have a peaceful day. No drama, no stress, no mess. May the devil stay out of your way. And it'll be a peaceful day. And just remember, don't let nobody steal your joy. This is something that I'm working on, because I'm starting to, I've always seen it, but it's more and more true that you'll be mad at something somebody did, and they done moved on. They ain't thinking about you. Somebody done cut you off in traffic. You mad for the next 30 minutes to an hour, and this person done moved on. They done drove to work, having their coffee, laughing about how they cut you off on the freeway to their friend. So, life is gonna life. Nothing is going to be like butter. It ain't gonna be all sugar and sweet. Life gonna life, and it just is what it is. Like I said earlier in the video, don't argue with a fool, because if I drive by I'm not gonna know which one of y'all is the fool. And a lot of times people will bait you into becoming a fool. So don't fall for it. Another thing is, business is business, friendship is friendship. And when you're doing business, run it like a business. Especially if it's your business. I had a cleaning service. And let me give you an example of how I say take care of your own business. I had a cleaning service. And, excuse me for the hand. And anytime that the cleaning wasn't done right, they didn't come to none of my workers and say, y'all didn't do this, y'all didn't do that. You know who they came to? They came to me because I was the owner operator. You can't run a business, make mistakes, or not complete a job, and then blame your workers. Because at the end of the day, it's your name on that company, on that paperwork, and on them checks. Peace.